Hello and welcome back to MoneySense Mondays. The session for the next 30 minutes is for young people between the ages of 5 and 8, and we will be exploring needs and wants. My name is Siobhan and I am Community Banker here at Ulster Bank, and I'm really excited to welcome you all back for another fun-filled lesson. And just a reminder for those of you who are watching live, it would be great if you could leave us a comment with your name or the name of your school, and we'll try to give as many shout outs as possible. So I'd like to start by wishing Olivia Berry from Cloughey in County Down a happy 8th birthday. So happy birthday to you today, Olivia. And every society hopes that its children will grow up to be kind and responsible people who contribute to the well-being of their communities. All human beings, no matter what their age, where they live, their culture or status, have the right to basic needs. Learning about these needs is an important part of global education as well as life skill development. Wants are different from needs. A want is something a person would like to have.
That's great, Siobhan. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Bronagh Reid and I'm a primary school teacher, and I'm delighted to be joining you for the MoneySense Mondays. My job today is to help work through some fun activities to give you a greater understanding of money. So make sure you all comment who's with us. I can see Ruby Aiken says hello. Evie, I hope I'm saying that right, and Patrick watching at home after a hard day at Daddy's school. James, age 5, is watching from St. Bridget's School, and Claire Jane Jackson is with us as well. So that's great. So keep your comments coming. Even give the name of the school. We'll give a shout out as to many people as we can. So we're also delighted to be joined today by Keith and Josh, who we have on the screen now, hopefully. Hi, Keith. Hi, Josh. How are you?
So do you want to give a shout out, Josh, to anybody?
My baby, 5th of Tarvin Boys Brigade.
Very good. That's great.
Boys Brigade, a big shout out. Yep.
Very good. And we'll be talking to you in a wee bit. We've also got Jem and Rebecca with us today.
Hello.
Hi.
Rebecca, do you want to do a shout out?
Yeah.
Who do?
I want to do a shout out to my teacher and Miss Cody.
Oh, that's lovely.
And Bronagh and all my friends at school.
Oh, that's lovely. Very good. And we'll be coming to see you in a wee bit, okay? Rebecca, good girl. And we've got Aoife Grant from the Bond School says hi, Caleb and Leah. Olivia is with us, Louise Pollock. We have Abercrombie Primary School, and Aoife and Ashling are back this week from St. John's School as well. So that's great. So during the session today, you're going to need some pens and paper. So we'll make sure you've got all those things ready. And once you have them, we will be ready to begin. So that's great. So today, what we're going to start by looking at is we have a slide, and on the slide, it will show you a selection of items. So you can see there's shelter, food and water, electronics, holidays, clothing, and toys and games. So we want you to have a look and decide whether the items in the slide are needs or wants. Okay, so remember, needs are things we must have to live and survive, and wants are things that we would like to have but don't have to live and survive. So if you look at the items on the screen and if you write down whether they are a need or whether they are a want, and if you put your comments in, and we'll read out your comments. So I can see Ethan Dalzell's first MoneySense lesson today, age 7 from Loughgall. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. We have Alana, age 7, and Raya says hi. So while you're putting your comments in about things, whether they're a need or a want, we'll go to Keith and Josh first and see what they think.
Okay, Josh, so on the screen so we can see you, what one do you think you need?
Shelter.
Okay, what else?
Food and water.
Is there anything else that might be a need? What do we wear every day?
Clothes.
Clothes, yeah.
Very good. That's great. Good boy. Okay, and we'll check. Yep.
Yeah, and then which ones are the wants then?
Electronics, holidays, toys and games.
That's great. Good man, Josh. And you're very good at this by now, aren't you? Good man. And let's go to Gemma and Rebecca and see what they think.
So Rebecca, do you agree? Do you think Josh is right? Yeah? And so what do you think a need is then?
A need is when you really need to have something.
Yeah, and what's a want then?
A want is when you would just like to have something you don't really need it.
Okay, yeah.
Good girl. That's very well explained, Rebecca. Good girl. And we can see Faye is watching as well. So Ruby says food and shelter are essential. You don't need toys and games. Aoife and Aisling, they say needs are shelter, food and water, clothes. Joanna says you don't need electronic games, toys and games and holidays. And Grace and Mummy are watching again today in Belfast. Aoife and Aisling, yes, they say the wants are the holiday, toys and the games. And Jennifer Hamill, hello again. And she says hello to all the boys and girls watching from St. Trea. So that's great. So needs, as you can see on the screen. So food and water would be a need. Shelter, as in housing and clothing to keep us warm. Also, a need would be healthcare, medicine and education as needs as well. And the wants would be electronics, example like tablets and games consoles, toys and games. A holiday would be a want. And also things like days out to the cinema or different things that you like to do as a family. They would all be wants, okay? So that's great. So well done, everyone. Now let's hear from Siobhan, who's going to tell us a wee bit more about needs and wants.
Okay, well, needs should always be a priority and should always be budgeted for first out of our income. So examples of these are our mortgage, our rent and food and electricity. Whereas money should only be spent on wants once we have paid for everything that we need and depending on whether we have any money left to pay for these. And some months people might spend more money on wants than others, and some people might only spend money on wants for a few months of the year.
That's great, yes, okay. So well done, everyone. So now we're going to meet the Jackson family. You will see on the screen that they have just spent all of their money for this month on toys. Okay, so the Jackson family had all their money, but they've spent it all this month on toys. Do you think that's a good idea? So what else could they have spent their money on? So we want you to write your comments in the comments section. What do you think would have been better for them to spend their money on? So they spend all of their money on toys and they've no money left. So while you're doing your comments, we'll go over to Keith and Josh and see what they think.
Do you think, Josh, that's like our family, do you? No. So, do you think we spend all our money on toys?
No.
No. What other things would been better to spend their money on?
Food,
Food,
water, and electricity,
yes,
and bills.
bills as well. Yes, so they're four really good things. Yeah. Instead of all toys, because we do need to eat, don't we?
Yeah.
And we
Good
need
point.
Yeah, we don't need toys.
No, we don't need toys. No.
Very good, very sensible there, Josh. We are, so that's great. And let's check with Gemma and Rebecca what they think.
What do you think, Rebecca? Think you spend all your money on toys? Think that was a good idea of them?
No. If you spend all your money on toys and you have no more money in case you need something really important and then you can't get it because you have no more money.
Well, very good. Aren't they so sensible, Siobhan? Aren't they coming up with all those great suggestions? That's brilliant. Lynn says clothes and food. Aoife and Aisling says they could spend their money on food, clothes and pay the bills. Ruby says food and heating for the house. So that's great. Lots of different things. So yes, so they'd be better spending their money, keeping their money to pay for bills, to pay for food, clothes, maybe some school equipment that they might need, petrol, maybe for travel, maybe for days out. There's Rias for food, for clothes and electric. Yes, so there's a lot more beneficial things that they would need. Joanne says food, water, clothes, medicine and education. Now what we want you to have a go at is to try and make a list of your own wants. So write down 5 things that you want. So remember to choose your most important from the list and explain the choice in the comments section. So remember what it is, write down 5 things that you would want. Okay, so while you're doing that, while you're putting your comments in, Siobhan, what would your wants be?
Well, I would have lots of things that I would want. So I like days out and maybe some new shoes and new clothes whenever everything's over. So there's lots of things that I would want. As well as that, my son Harry is going to be 6 on Friday and he really wants a dog. But what we're trying to tell him, Bronagh, is that although he wants a dog, when he gets that dog is going to need lots of different things. So we're having to consider all the things that the dog will need before we make a decision on whether we're going to get a dog.
That's very wise, Siobhan, because I have just got a new dog. So we have our new dog 4 weeks now, wee Bailey, and I tell you, they need a lot of things. So they're going to cost a lot of money. So that's great. So while you're writing your comments in about the things that you want, let's go to Keith and Josh and see what their top 5 wants would be.
Okay, Josh, so top 5 wants. If you could want anything in the minute, what would you really, really want?
It's hard.
Hard, is it?
Yeah.
What would you really want?
Xbox.
An Xbox, right? I think we've talked about this, haven't we? So I have. So, but that would be a really big one for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What else?
Toys.
Toys?
Yeah.
Like maybe you have enough toys, maybe as well, do you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anything else you can think of?
I can't think of anything
I
else.
can't think of.
That's okay. Very good. They're good ones, aren't they? Well done. And let's check with Jem and Rebecca and see if Rebecca has any wants.
Yeah, did you have any wants, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Toys, sweets, electric car that I can drive.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Very good.
Trampoline, isn't it?
Trampoline and a bouncy castle.
Oh, very good. That's lovely. So it is. Good girl. Okay, and I can see there's Angela Gilchrist. Hello, Angela. She says she'd like to go out for a tea. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Debbie O'Kane says hello. Marion says she would love lots of toys for her birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to you. And she would also like clothes, a trip to Build-A-Bear. That'd be brilliant. A trip to the cinema and to go and see her friends. Grace says she would want a new bike and she'd love to get her room decorated. Raya, age 6, says she would like toys, a dog, teddies and Lego. Ruby wants a holiday. That sounds fun. A pony, clothes, sweets and nail polish. And even Aisling, they would like LOL and Barbie dolls. That all sounds great fun, doesn't it? So as we get older, our needs and wants change. So why might people not always get what they want, even as an adult? So write your ideas down on paper or leave a comment below. So remember, why might people not always get what they want, even as an adult? Because I know sometimes we want things, but we can't always get it. Okay, so while you're doing that and putting your comments in, let's go to the families and let's go to Keith and Josh first and see what they think.
Okay, Josh, so why, even when we are adults, why would we not always get what we want? Why do you think? Why do you think? Maybe we've other things to save for, do we?
Yeah.
I'm up with Debbie.
Well, you like to see it for holidays and that's it.
Save for holidays, yeah. We
That's all you see it for.
might be getting any this year, but that's what we're saving for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all you see it for every year.
But I bet you have great fun when you go on those holidays, don't you?
Yeah.
That's great. Good man. Okay, let's check with Jem and Rebecca and see why people might not get what they want.
What do you think, Rebecca, when you're as old as me? Why might you not get what you want?
Because you might not have enough money.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough money, you can't buy it.
Good, yeah.
That's it, exactly. Yes, we all need money for those things. So Debbie is saying, can't afford everything we want all the time. Ethan says we mightn't have enough money. Faye says it might cost too much. Raya says because they're too expensive. That's it, exactly. So Siobhan, do you want to tell us more?
Yes, and everybody's doing really well at home when they're always getting all the answers right. So some people might not have the income or the money to be able to buy what they want. Or sometimes we've something more important to spend money on, such as a broken fridge or a washing machine, or maybe even a flat tire in our cars. Or the want might be too expensive and it might take a long time to save for. So like Josh looking the Xbox. And sometimes the needs take up all of a family's money. So we have less money to spend on the wants.
That's it, exactly. And there's Ben, thanks because you don't have enough money buying things for children instead. Laura says because they might not have enough money. Siobhan says a job and a house. Ethan Ashling, you might waste all your money. Ruby says it might cost lots and lots of money. So that's great. Now what we want you to do is try and imagine now that you are an adult and we want you to list 3 wants you might have in the future. So as you get older, what do you think the wants would be that you would want in the future? So how have your wants changed from the first activity, from the first time you thought about wants as a child? So whenever you get older, how would your wants change? So write your ideas on paper or leave a comment to us, okay? So try imagine you're now an adult and what might your wants be? So while you're doing that again, let's go over to Keith and Josh and check.
Okay, Josh. So you're now a big adult. So you're a big tall boy. And what want would you want now?
Supercar.
You want supercars? What type of supercars?
Lamborghini.
Oh, very fancy.
Ferrari.
Okay, right. And what else? What? Think of something else. What else? Something would you might want when you're an adult? What does mommy want?
A horse.
Very good. Very, very expensive taste there, Josh. That's good. Let's check with Gemma and Rebecca.
What do you think, Rebecca? When you're as old as me, what might you want that you wouldn't want when you're a wee girl? Sweets? You'll still want sweets, you think so? Is there any other big things you think? Josh was saying about a car there. Is there anything like that? No? You're happy enough? What about a house? Where are you going to live? You still going to live with me?
She's quite happy. She'd be happy with the sweets. Very
Just
good.
sweets.
That's good. And Grace says she would like a new house, new car, and a fancy holiday. Marion would want a phone, lots of clothes, and makeup and nail polish. Very good. Louise says a bug house and a dog. Ruby says a house, car, makeup. Ethan Ashling, holidays, car, iPhone, and clothes. Raya wants a job, money and a car and a house and a boyfriend. That's a good one. A dog, house, a pool, says Siobhan, and a car. So that's great. We've all got all these great things that we would really look forward to. So I'll hand over to Siobhan.
And again, everybody's making my job really easy today, coming up with all the answers. So lots of different things. So travel. So it could be like Keith, want to save all our money to go on holidays, and maybe even starting a family. So whenever a new baby comes to the house, it needs lots of new things like cots and car seats and things like that. We might be like Josh and we want to buy a car and maybe a Lamborghini or Ferrari. And to buy things for a new home. So like furniture and carpets and things like that. So as the older we get, our wants become less of a personal desire and they become more family focused or more around benefiting other people other than just ourselves.
That's great, Siobhan. And Rory's just jumped in there and he says he would like Lego now, but maybe a car whenever he's older. That's very good. So we're doing well. Now we're going to go on and we're going to try a wee quiz to see what you have learned today. So you will see the questions appear on the screen. So for each question, if you want to write your answer in the comments and we'll read them out to see if you are correct or not. I'm sure you'll get them all right. I'm sure you've all listened really, really well. So question number 1, what is a need? Okay, so question number 1, what is a need? And while you're putting your answer in, we'll check with Keith and Josh.
Okay, Josh. So question is, what is a need? What's a need? What's an example of a need? What do we need? What do we need?
If you think of all the things we talked about at the start, remember the first slide where we talked about needs and wants? What are the things that we need to survive?
Food and water.
Very good. Good man. That's great. And yeah.
What else? What do we live in?
House.
A house.
Very good. Good boy. So that's great. So I can see, hi, Karis. Caitlin says something we rely on. Food, water, home, clothes. Ruby says something you can't survive without. Kieran, I know Fia says food. Raya, something you really need, like food and clothes. Ben says something that's important to live. And Debbie, essentials as in food, house, water, etc. Siobhan, did they get everything?
Yes, they got everything. It's just basically anything that we need for survival or as a basic right for a person. And everybody's mentioned it: food, shelter, electricity. So great.
That's great. Great. Okay, question number 2. What is a want? Okay, so what is a want? So if you put your wee comments in again, while you're doing that, we'll go to Gemma and Rebecca this time to see what is a want.
A want is when you would like to have something, like you would like to have toys or go on holiday.
Very good. That's great. Good girl. Well explained there. So, and I can see people are starting to write their comments in, things that they want, like holidays and toys and days out. So that's great. Yes, Siobhan, is there anything else there, Dad?
No, Rebecca was right. A want is just something that we would really like. Like Aoife and Aisling, they got LOL dolls yesterday. So
Very good. Very good. So there's Debbie saying, yes, it's something that is an essential. Sharon, Caitlin, something you don't need but would like jewellery and holidays. Ben says something you want. Grace says something you would like but it's not necessary. Leah says it's something you really want, like holidays and toys. And Joanna says something you don't need. So that's great. Brilliant. So question number 3. Okay, and there's Rory just put on something you would like to have, like Lego. Cara says 2, something that you would like. That's great. So number 3, why might some people not always get what they want? Okay, so why might some people not always get what they want? So if you put your comments in for question number 3, and while you're doing that, we'll go to Keith and Josh and check their answer.
Okay, Josh, so the question is, why might some people not always get what they want?
Because they may need to spend it on something else.
Yeah, and what might they need to spend it on?
Food.
They need food, yeah. Anything else? What else? What about bills?
Yeah.
Bills, yeah. Might have lots of bills.
Very good. That's great. Yeah. Well done, Josh. And there's people coming in, don't earn enough. Grace says they might not have enough money. Thea says they couldn't afford to buy it. Rhea says because it costs too much money. Rory might not have enough money. Ben says it might be naughty. Caitlin can't afford it. It's not necessary. Caleb says it might be too expensive. Cara says because you don't have enough money. Siobhan, do you think they've got them all?
they've got every answer that I had written down. So well done, everyone.
That's great. Great. And question number 4, our last question. Okay. Question number 4. How might a person's wants change over time? Okay, so how might a person's wants change over time? So if you put your answer in for question 4, and while you're doing that, we'll go to Jem and Rebecca.
I shouldn't just get some.
What's the difference between what you want as an older person and what you want now? Is it that it's not just about what you want, it's your whole family?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And maybe bigger things as well sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good girl, Rebecca. Good. Okay, and there's Grace saying they get bigger as the person grows up. Yes, okay. So Siobhan, I'll let you check and see.
Yes, again, really great answers, and just basically that our wants and needs may change because maybe as we get older and maybe start a family, our needs and wants could be more family focused, or maybe as we get older, people are more dependent on us, and those needs and wants will change with that.
That's great. And there's more answers coming in. Ethan says, because people get older, want different things. Denise, because they're getting older, you might not want a trampoline or a PlayStation anymore. Debbie, because you have others to think about, like getting married, having a baby, helping children instead of yourself. Older people don't want as many toys as whenever they're bigger, says Fia. Right, Raya says because I might not like sweets and stuff when I'm big. Cara says because you get older. Aoife and Aisling maybe want things that cost more money. So that's great. Well done, everybody. So now what we're going to do, we're going to move on to a quick question round. So this is some time in the session for us to answer some of your great questions about money. So I'm going to ask Siobhan a question first. Okay, Siobhan. So how much of my money should I spend on wants?
Okay, well, it's always a good idea, Bronagh, to make sure that you've paid for all your needs first, and then you'll be able to see how much money you've left, and then you can decide whether you want to spend all that money, or you could perhaps spend some of it and save some of it, or maybe even donate some of it.
Very good. And let's see if Keith and Josh want to ask any questions today.
Yeah, I think Josh has got a question for both of you. So what's the question, Josh?
If you could have anything, what would you want?
It's very hard. Let you go first.
I know what I want. So, okay. Well, if I could have anything, it would be for the coronavirus to be away, and that I could have a big, massive family party with my mum and dad and my brothers and sisters and all my nieces and nephews. A big, massive party where we could all hug each other and have fun.
And I think, you know what? I think mine would be the same as Siobhan, so it would. So very good.
Yeah.
That was a great question. Well done. Good boy. And we'll see if Gemma and Rebecca have any questions to ask us.
Can you have different bank accounts for what you want and what you need?
Oh, that's a really good question. Yes, you can, Rebecca. So there's different types of accounts. So I have a bank account known as a current account, and that's where my work pays my wages into. And then that's where all what's called my direct debit. So that's where the bank transfers the money to pay for my bills, such as my electricity and heating and things like that. So we do that in a current account. And then I have a savings account. So you can remember we've been talking about savings accounts over the past few weeks. And that's where I like to save into, to save up for money for my holidays and for all the things that I would want. So I like to keep it separate. So that's a really, really good question.
That was very good. And Siobhan, we're running out of time. So have you any top tips today about needs and wants?
Yes, well, this is a good idea. I was thinking something that we could all try at home. So if you, now that we've learned the difference between needs and wants, we could consider that the next time that we're going shopping is that we could make a shopping list, and we could put it into two sections. So one are the things that we need, so like bread and milk and fruit and water and things that allow us to make meals, and then things that we want, like treats like ice cream and juice and things like that. So we could make sure that our needs are more than our wants, and then we could also try to see if we could take a few things off the want list to try to help us save some money. So I can't believe that the lesson has went so quick today. So to increase your understanding about needs and wants, why not visit the mymoneysense.com website to learn more about money, and you can play some fun games. So we could just have the slide, please. And so there's a dedicated page, students page for children between the ages of 5 and 8.
That's great. Yes, thank you all for joining us. We hope you enjoyed watching, and big thanks to our family, to Keith and Josh and Gemma and Rebecca. Thank you for joining us. We've had Keith and Josh, Gemma and Rebecca now for a good few weeks, so we have, and we've had really good fun working with them and doing all the wee activities with them, and hopefully they've enjoyed them all too. Okay, and thank you very much for everyone. And we will be back next Monday. We will be off as it's a bank holiday, so we will be back on Monday, the 1st of June, and we hope to see you all then. So in the next 30 minutes, we're going to be looking at a lesson in raising money for charity for children aged 8 and over. So thank you so much, and see you all again. Bye.
Hello and welcome back to MoneySense Mondays. The session today for young people between the ages of 8 and 12 and we will be exploring enterprise, focusing on how to raise money for charity. My name is Siobhan, and I'm Community Banker here at Ulster Bank, and I'm really excited to be welcoming you all back for another fun-filled lesson. Just a reminder for those of you who are watching at home, if you'd like to leave a comment with your name or the school that you attend, we'll try to give as many shout-outs as possible. And I'd also like to wish Maren, who's watching at home, a big happy birthday today.
Okay, so I can see lots of you joining us there. I can see Finn and Orla Rose from Downpatrick. Hello to you. I can see Adam's with us again today, so that's great. So thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure you leave your comments who's with us, and we will be able to say hello to everyone. Okay, so giving money to a good cause is something that can make a person feel both good mentally and physically. So the word fundraising is used to describe raising money for a charity or a good cause. So anyone and everyone can fundraise in some way. So however, to do it successfully, it takes good planning and organisation. So today, we're going to be exploring this over the next 30 minutes. So my name is Bronagh Reid, and I'm a primary school teacher, and I'm delighted to be joining you today for the MoneySense Mondays. My job today is to help you work through some fun activities to give you a greater understanding of money. So we can see lots of other people there have joined us. Hello to Owen and Aoife here with us. Ewan from St. Therese de Lisieux, Siobhan Grant. I can see Grace in Belfast is staying for this session too, which is brilliant. Hi from Aoife Hanlon. Hello, Ida. How are you? Thanks for joining. Daniel Reid again. Thank you for joining as well from Legamati, and Daniel St. Joseph's carried off. So if everyone lets us know who's with us, and we will be more than delighted to read out who's with us and even say what school that you're with today. So we're delighted today to be joined. We've got families with us. We've got the O'Kane family. Hello. Hi. How are you? Welcome back again.
Thank you.
Do you want to give a shout out to anyone while you're on?
Neil?
Granny and Granda.
Shout out to the Granny and Granda.
That's great. Good boy. And we'll be joining you soon, won't we? Okay, very good. And we're also joined by the Hindman family today.
Hi.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Good.
Are you going to give a shout out? Say hello. Say what school you go to?
Tullamore Primary School.
Very good. Very good. We'll be coming back to you soon to help us with all the things that we're going to be doing. Okay. So what we need you to do is we need to make sure you've got pens and paper and make sure that you have all those things, and we will be ready to get started. So every year, millions of pounds are raised for good causes in the UK. So can you think of a time when you or a family member have been involved in raising money for charity? So think about what you did and think about who did you raise the money for. So you might have even done something in the past few weeks with your family, because I know that lots of people are raising money for good causes at the moment. So if anyone would like to tell us how you have raised money for charity and what you did, then just put it in the comments and we'll be able to read them out to you. So Siobhan, have you ever raised money for a good cause?
Well, yes, Bronagh, over the years working in the branches in the bank, we've done lots of fundraising activities. So anything from a sponsored walk to bake sales to charity raffles, you name it, we probably did it.
Very good. That's great. And let's go to the O'Kane family and see, have they ever raised money for anything and what they did?
What, yeah?
In our school one time, we do every Friday and Lent, we have one Friday, and it gives money to Chokra.
That's very good. Good boy. That's great. And let's see the Hindman family. Have they ever done anything to raise money?
Raise money for 1.5 marathon for the Tullamore Play School.
Oh, that's great. Well done. Well done. And I can see Tony Aoife's on. She did an Alps run in Delamont. Laura, we have family sim quizzes and donated the money to our local food bank. Isn't that very thoughtful? Well done. Grace says in school we do lots of charity events to raise money. Alison, football quizzes with St. Malachy's Football Club. We raise money for kids with cancer. That's great. And this is my brother and I had a music festival in our garden for Macmillan, and that was Aoife who says that. So that's lovely. Lots of great things coming in. So well done. Now, what skills do you think people need to have to be successful at raising money for charity? So think about what skills you think people need to have to be successful at raising money for charity. So if you let us know by leaving your comments in the box, and again, we'll be able to read them out. So let's go to the O'Kane family and see what they think.
You have to be good at making plans and be good at counting money.
Very good, very good. Good boy. That's great. And let's see what the Hindman family think.
Planning.
Be good at planning for your event. Yes. Okay. Anything else?
Teamwork.
And a wee bit of teamwork always helps. Well done. That's great. So I can see Daniel's on saying give money on school holidays. Hello to Ryan again. Thank you for joining. Sharon is saying organising. Anastasia says we do pajama days and bake sales and sponsored walk. Aoife says you have to be good with money and people skills and planning. That's great, Aoife. Well done. Ryan says you have to be kind. You have to be able to ask for sponsorship, organise. And Harry says have good talent. Finn says you have to be kind, and Orla Rose says you have to be creative. So there's lots of ways there. So it is. So you should be able to see on the slides lots of different ideas of how you should be successful at raising money for charity. So you can see there organisation, planning, motivation, teamwork, communication, time management, and numeracy. You need to be good at numeracy to be able to calculate all the money that has been made. Niall and Aisling, hello to you. Thank you for joining us this week, and hello to Killian and Paul as well. So that's great. Now we're going to go and hear from Siobhan, who's going to tell us more about what the bank has been doing to help raise money for charity.
Okay, so Bronagh, we are very passionate about supporting charities, and we support our staff to do the same. So each year we run lots of fundraising events and campaigns to help them raise money for causes they care about. So right now we are helping our customers and colleagues to support the National Emergencies Trust, who are supporting the coronavirus relief efforts in the UK. We're matching all donations up to a total of £5 million. So we also give our colleagues 3 days a year to carry out fundraising activities. We also help charities that look after their money. So just like you and your family have bank accounts, some of the charities we bank have millions of pounds in their accounts, and they need support to manage this. Just as important are the smaller charities that bank with us, and we work really hard to make sure that every pound and penny is safe so that they can access it when they need it. And last year, our staff raised over £4.3 million for charities. And we also have some partnerships with charities, which mean that we're able to carry out even more good work.
That's great work being done. Well done. And some other wee suggestions coming in. Harry says you have to have a good talent. Ray says you have to be good at counting money. Ryan says know how to get money out of people. Grace says good at thinking of ideas, good imagination and being kind. And Cormac and Cara, hello, and thank you for joining us as well. So that's great. So in order to raise money for charity, there are different steps that need to be considered. So you should be able to see on the screen what the different steps are. So number one, the cause or charity who you will raise money for will be the first step. Step two, the exciting idea that will get people to give you money. Step three, the activity that will be carried out to raise the money. Step four, communicating the event to other people. And step five, holding the event and calculating the profit, that is looking at the overall money which has been made. Okay, so if you're going to raise money for charity, these are the different steps you need to consider. So for each step, what we want you to do is to try and think of a question that needs to be thought about for fundraising to be successful. And what we want you to do is think about that question for each step and put them in the comments. So I'm going to start by looking at step one, which is the cause or charity who you will raise money for. So a question I might consider is, what does the charity need the money for? Or how is the charity going to spend the money? Okay, so if you think of the other steps and write your comments in, and we will read out your great questions that you're going to think about for that charity. So step two, the exciting idea that will get people to give you money. So while you're thinking about step two, we'll go to the O'Kane family and see if they got any questions that they could think.
Will it be fun and will it be different?
That's a good one. Yes, very good. Okay, well done. Great. Okay, and step three, the activity that will be carried out to raise the money. So while you're putting in your questions about that, the activity that will be carried out to raise the money, let's go to the Heidman family and see.
What activities raise the most money?
That's a good one. Yes, very good. Great. Okay, and step 4, communicating the event to other people. So what could you think of doing to be able to communicate the event to other people? So what questions could you ask about that? So let's see what the O'Kane family say.
Get my mum to put it on social media, make posters and advertisements.
Very good. That's great. Great ideas. Well done there. And step 5, holding the event and calculating the profit. So a question to think about, holding the event and calculating the profit. So let's see what the Heidman family think, and then we'll read all your comments out.
What help would I need to hold the event?
Very
What
good.
way would I keep a record of all the profit?
Very good. That's great questions there. Well done, boys. Okay, so I can see there Laura Higgins is saying step 2. So the exciting idea that will get people to give you money. Will it be entertaining? So Anastasia is saying maybe you could have a bake sale, make posters, you could put it up on Facebook. There's the activity be carried out. So maybe think about what equipment you need. Where are you going to have it? Okay, so Siobhan, do you want to go through some of them options?
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, so I know, Bronagh, you already covered step 1. So step 2, is your method of raising money exciting? Is the idea original? Will people want to donate to it? So step 3 is the activity that will be carried out to raise money. So how much will it cost? What kind of equipment will you need? Can you borrow the equipment? Are you going to need to pay for it? So step 4, how are you going to market or advertise the event? What age or gender or group of people would be interested in giving money for this type of charity or event? And then step 5, so what is your estimate for profit? So you want to make sure that you're going to earn more money than what you actually spend on it. So that's how you calculate your profit.
That's great. And Grace says step 4, the one communicating, use flyers or posters. So all those things to consider if you're thinking of doing something for charity. So moving on now, as you have seen from the previous activity, it's important that people involve themselves in exciting and challenging activities to raise money. So how many ways can you think of to raise money for a good cause? So write your ideas down on paper or leave them in the comments and we'll read out some of those great ideas. The more exciting and different, the better. So I know we're currently looking at raising money for an organisation by doing 1 million steps. So Siobhan, have you come up with any good ideas or ways yourself?
Yeah, well, as I say, our branches are so used to doing lots of fundraising, so it can range from anything from doing a long walk or a run or hiking up a mountain till sponsored silences, bake sales, even music or drama performances, cutting your hair, even selling old clothes or toys.
That's great. Let's see what our families can think of. So let's go to the O'Kane family, the O'Kane family first to see if they have any ideas.
You could do a sponsored football match, or you could do a like clothes sale, old clothes sale.
That's a good idea to raise money, isn't it? Good boy. And let's see the Heidman, have they got any suggestions?
Gaming tournament
A gaming tournament.
and sponsor cycle.
Very good. That's great ideas. Well done. That's great. And I can see there, Harry says run a marathon or do a skydive. Daniel is saying a mud run, walk a 5 mile. There's Aoife saying a fun run, a fun day, a car boot sale, a school disco, a bake sale. There's lots of your answers coming in now. Ryan saying a bake sale. Sally McCabe, hello. Charlotte is saying a skydive. Laura, a duck derby. That's good. School tea towels. A bake sale, pajama day, jumble sale, says Anastasia. Siobhan saying a mud run. And yes, a 5K charity football match, says Adam. So that's great. Lots of ideas there. Okay, so now what we want you to do is to consider 3 people in a local community. Okay, so you'll be able to see them on the screen. So 3 people in a local community. You've Mr. Ali, Mr. Simmons, and you have Mrs. Jamil. So Mr. Ali has raised £500 for a care home close to where he lives. Mr. Simmons, he lives in the care home, and Mrs. Jamil, who owns and runs the care home. So you have the 3 people there on the screen. So how do you think each person would feel about the money that has been raised? Okay, so what we want you to do is we want you to use pictures or emojis or words to express the emotions that each person might feel and explain why they might feel that. So you can write them down in paper, or you can use your little emoji buttons and you can press them in the comments, and we'll see what you come up with. So while you're doing that, let's go to the O'Kane family first of all and see what they've come up with. Very good. And why do you think that?
Because it would be good to like raise money for people.
Very good. That's great. Would make everyone feel really happy, wouldn't it? That's great. Good man. And let's go to the Hindman family and see what they feel. There's lots of happy faces there. Do you think everyone will be feeling happy?
Happy because they could get some new games.
Very good. That's great. Yeah, brilliant. Great. Okay, and I can see lots of happy emojis coming in, so I can. Yes, everyone would be really, really happy. So that's great. Lots of smiley faces. Very happy and very proud, Aoife's saying. So that's great. Yes, feeling very cool. So that's great. So Siobhan, do you want to share with us some of the ideas?
Yes, well, again, Bronagh, there's no definite answer because whether you're donating money or receiving money, there's positive experiences to be had from both and emotions to be felt. So like all the smiley faces to show all the happiness or pride or gratefulness. So lots of different emotions can be felt.
That's great. Yes, I love all the wee different versions of smiley faces and happy faces that are all coming in. So it's great. Proud, happy and grateful. So that's brilliant. So it is. So now what we're going to do, we're going to move on and we're going to try a little quiz to see what you've learned today. So you will see the questions come up on the screen, and what we want you to do is to comment your answer for each of the questions. Okay, so number 1. Name one skill needed to raise money for charity. So name one skill needed to raise money for charity. And if you put your answers in the comment section, we'll be able to read them out. And while you're doing that, let's go to the O'Kane family to see their answer.
Good at making plans.
Very good. Good at making plans. That's great. Great. Okay. And I can see someone else is commenting there. A wee bit of organisation is good, isn't it? So, and a wee bit of planning. And Ray says be able to count the money, which is great. Yeah. Siobhan, do you want to take us through?
Yes, so everybody's got it right. Planning, organisation, time management. So well done, everyone.
That's great. And there's Fanilla. There's more answers coming in saying teamwork. Louise, good talent. Grace says being organised. Paul, Niall and Aisling are saying kindness. Adam is saying planning. Aoife is saying good at numeracy. There's Sally saying good at numeracy. Well planned. So that's great. Lots of great answers. So let's try number 2. Okay, question number 2. What does profit mean? What does profit mean? So again, put your answer in for that question. What does profit mean? And when you're doing that, let's go to the Hindman family and hear their answer. So what does profit mean?
Total money raised.
The total amount of money raised. Yeah, that's great. Okay, thank you. And I can see there lots of other people are saying the same. So they are. So I think they're right, Siobhan, aren't they?
Yeah, well done, boys.
Yes, that's great. And there's Adam is saying the money you make. Grace saying the money you made, plus the money that you've made. Siobhan Blaney, the money made. So everyone's coming in with the correct answer for that one. So great. You're obviously listening so well. So that's brilliant. Question number 3. Question number 3. What are the benefits of fundraising? So what are the benefits of fundraising? Okay, so again, put your answer in for question number 3. What are the benefits of fundraising? And while you're doing that, let's go to the O'Kane family and hear their answer.
To make the people that you sell to feel good and get more money.
That's a great answer. That's very good. Well done. That's great. Okay, so the benefits, what are the benefits of fundraising? Okay, and I'll let Siobhan take us through the answer.
Yes, well, it can make us feel both emotionally and physically very good, knowing that we've done a lot of good work.
That's great. And there's people coming in. Grace saying money for charity makes everyone feel good. That's right. And Paul is saying you help people in need. So that's great. There's lots of benefits of fundraising. It helps so many people. Louise, it helps charity, good things that they need. Vanilla saying it helps people. Sally says it makes people happy. Give people money that they don't have any. You make people happy and feel proud, says Aoife. So that's great. Question number 4. Okay, question number 4. what are some of the activities that you could do to raise money? So what are some of the activities that you could do to raise money? So again, put your answer in for question number 4. Okay, and while you're doing that, we'll go to the Heinemann family and hear their answer.
All walks or run. Coffee morning, bake sale, long cycles.
Very good. There's lots of ideas there, isn't there? So well done. So walks and runs and bake sales. That's great. Well done, guys. Okay. So, and I can see other people are putting in, Fanilla's saying a bake sale. Aoife's saying a charity run, different types of walks. So that's great. So Siobhan, I'll let you check that.
Yes, all really great, fun ideas. Perfect.
Very good. And there's more answers coming in. Sally saying a mud run, a bake sale. Fanilla's saying a mud run. So mud run sounds a popular one. So it does a 5K, charity matches, runs and auctions, says Adam. Adam's answers always have to be about football, don't they, Adam? Ewan is saying sponsored walk, car boot sale, says Aisling and Niall. A bake sale, skydive, pyjama party, races, children in need. So lots of great answers coming in there. Brilliant. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go to our quick quid question round. So this is some of time in the session for us to answer some of your great questions about money. So if you have any questions that you would like us to answer about money, put them in the comments section and we'll read out a few of them. So I'm going to ask the first question, Siobhan, if that's okay.
Okay, yes.
So how much of my money should I donate to charity?
Well, Bronagh, there's no right or wrong answer to that. So you should donate whatever amount you feel appropriate and that you can afford, how much you can afford to donate.
That's great. Good. Okay. And let's see if the O'Kane family would like to ask us any questions.
What was the funniest? What is that?
What's the funniest thing you've ever done to make money for charity?
Okay, well, it's maybe not a thing that I've personally done. So whenever I worked in one of the branches, we were raising money in June as part of our 1 week in June fundraising campaign. And one of the men that worked in the office agreed to get his legs waxed. So he just thought that's no problem, that he would lie up and get his legs waxed. But he didn't actually realise how sore it was going to be. So maybe that's a bit of a cruel one, but it was lots of fun for everybody because all the customers got to take a go at taking off a strip of wax. So that was lots of fun.
Very good. And I know in my school, I know that the children would love one where they could throw sponges at the teachers. That would be a good one to raise money too. So I'm sure there's lots. Thankfully, it hasn't happened to me yet, so it hasn't. So very good. That's a great question. Well done. And let's see if the Heinemann family got any questions they'd like to ask. Okay, if you've got any questions that you want to ask. Okay, maybe we'll come back to them in a wee second. Okay, so I can see there, please say a big hello to Key Stage 2 Ballykelly Primary. Each week we set a challenge, and this is our challenge today to watch the clips. So that's great. Hello to everyone in Ballykelly. So here's a good question from Paul Gilchrist. So that's okay, Siobhan. Are you allowed to make fake money and use it?
Absolutely not. No, that would be illegal. No, Paul,
very good.
Unfortunately not. And
I can see there's another good question from Aoife. How do you go about making an account for a charity? Okay, so again, to make an account for a charity, everybody as part of that charity would need to bring in photographic and address verification, and there's lots of other documentation that you would need to bring in as well. So all that information would be available on the Ulster Bank website. That's great. Okay, and there's another question. What is a good way to raise money for charity? I'll see a good way to raise money from charity is doing something fun, something that everybody's going to enjoy. And obviously the more people that you can get involved will make it easier for you to do, but it'll also help you reach out to a larger group of people. So very good. And can my school raise money for charity? Yes, so of course, sometimes schools like to raise money even for things that they need themselves. And then also they like to raise money to help organisations. So I know St. Peter's Primary School in Moortown usually raise money every week for Mary's Meals. So that provides life-changing meals to some of the poorest children every single school day. Very good. And I can see Adam has a great question here. How can I make money like footballers? Well, what I would say, Adam, is you work really, really hard at school and get yourself a good job. So that's very good. That's from your teacher now, Adam. Okay. So very good. So Siobhan, have you any top tips for us today?
Yes, and Bronagh, just before I do that, just to let our viewers know, just at the end, we're going to play a short clip letting you know about the work that we're doing with National Emergencies Trust. So please stay on to watch that video. So Bronagh, did you know that people are most generous, therefore donate the most money to good causes during November and December?
Oh, very good. That's great. Great.
So thank you all for joining us here today, and we really hope you enjoyed learning about raising money for charity. So if I could just ask for the slide, please. And remember, you can always log on to the mymoneysense.com website to learn more whilst at home. So why not have a go at playing the school fundraising interactive activity to help you plan your next charity event. So the MoneySense website has lots of fun games and articles, and even for parents too.
That's great. And I see before I go, Ray wants to do a shout out to P6 Glasswater Crossgar. So we better do that quickly. So there you go. You've had it. Okay. So that's brilliant. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you to our families who have helped us today. So thank you to the O'Kane family and the Heidman family. Hopefully they enjoyed taking part in all the wee activities as much as everyone else did. And we hope to see you again for our next MoneySense Monday, same time, same place, but in 2 weeks, because next Monday is a bank holiday. So we will be back on Monday, the 1st of June. So you can join us then, and make sure you spread the word and get everyone else, all your other friends along. So thank you so much, and we will see you then. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
In times like these, our people have a unique ability to pull together.
At Ulster Bank, we're working together with the National Emergencies Trust
to raise money for the charities hard at work in our communities.
Whatever you can donate, Ulster Bank will double it.
Together, we can make a difference.
Together, we'll give thanks to those who go above and beyond.
Together, we'll make sure no one feels alone.
Together, we'll get help to those that need it most.
Together, we'll look after our neighbours.
Together, we'll do our bit.
Together, we can make a difference.